Hello everyone, it's Christina at My 24 Plan. I am doing a December setup video for you today, and look at this beauty. I brought it back, trying to revive it. This is a bound notebook. I don't have the exact dimensions. Might be able to find a ruler. That I used for One Book July. Let's use inches, shall we? It's like 7 3/4 by just about 10. I got back from vacation. We were gone for like 3.5 weeks, me and the girls were. And then Dave was gone with us part of that time, like week and a half, almost 2 weeks, I guess. I can't remember the exact numbers. But anyways, it was a long time. And I just found that I wasn't planning. And I was in my rain planner. And I know when you're on vacation, you don't really reach for your planner that much because you're just like busy. But the thing is that I was thinking about is that's when you need to plan, is when you're crazy busy. You know what I mean? Or plan even more than you normally would when you're not very busy. And so I got back and came in, and I was kind of straightening up the office a little bit, my desk area, I should say. We call this room the den. It's our homeschooling slash office, so we call it the den. And I was just thinking, like, what do I want to use? I need a planner. And just, I don't know why, I just wasn't using the daily pages in that ring planner. And it would happen after I switched out of my Filofax Soft Domino. Okay. So for the month of December, this is what I'm using. And I just wanted to show you guys just a little bit here. The first thing that I've added, you can read my my pantry list there. Let's not talk about green beans right this moment. I kind of did some color coding, and I'm trying this out again. I need this to stick. If you guys have watched me before when I was doing time for planning, and I kind of scratched that and just started over like a year later. But even with my 24 plan, I think I've talked about color coding before and it just never stuck. So what I'm trying to do this time is do some coloring, but also do some icons. And I think that that's going to make a world of difference. And if you guys want to see that, let me know in the comments below if you guys would be interested in seeing what that looks like and kind of walking you through some more details about how to use that and how I'm using it and some tips that I've learned. So basically I just left it. I'm not really sure what's in here as far as like content. I just left it how it was set up when I had it in One Book July. And I have taken notes in here. Back when I was reading the bullet journal book from writer Carol, I had some notes, and then I have my daily pages. Some school stuff, just all kinds of different things in here. So right now, which obviously is not even set up yet, that got this far. This is one thing too, and I was doing fairly good at this actually before, but I do want to track some of the things for my life. Some of that's TV watching, just because we use an Apple TV. We don't have cable, and so we use an Apple TV and we have unlimited internet. That's what works best for our family. And so I can't remember if I watched my shows and different things, so I have to keep track of it on here, or I like to keep track of it on there, I should say. So I need to finish setting that up. And I say that on the 9th of December. Okay, I'm just saying. So another thing that I've really enjoyed using is a calendar page, like a wall calendar for the month. I think that this is really, really cool. So with bound notebooks, I am not going to hand draw in a monthly spread. I rarely am I going to be drawing anything. Even if it's bullet journal style, I'm not going to be drawing. I'm going to find things, I'm going to print things out and tape them in with double-sided tape or glue it in, whatever it is. So there's my monthly view. I put a tab on here. And then this is another thing. See, I'm not going to draw, you guys. That takes way too much time. I have not got time or the patience for that. I've been working on a lot of lists. And again, that's another idea that if you guys want to see how I go about doing this, how what it looks like when it's finished, my thought process, all of the components, like from start to finish of these type of lists. AT schools are homeschooling. I don't know if I want to call it a routine. I think I'm going to call it a checklist. I think that sounds better because routine sounds very rigid to me. So I think I'm going to do like a checklist. And just you'll see some other components of that in this video and in the next video. A little pieces, I should say. So anyway, this was for today. Again, I'm kind of starting to use my color coding system. And then I was working on kind of a daily routine. Like this is right here a prime example of kind of how this gets started. This is not complete. It's finished from this point. But as you can see right here are some different days for these for this time slot as it varies. And also I wanted to probably add Tony on there too. I may not add her, or maybe give her like a small column. Anyways, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to print out a schedule for each day of the week. And then I would just have that to look at. Because this time right here has been a new thing that my husband has agreed to allow me a little bit of time every day, 6 days a week, mostly tonight, which is Monday night, but to where I can come in this den and I can work on my 24 plan stuff and be at the desk with the door closed. There are a lot of things that I can do from the kitchen table and from the couch, and sometimes even from my bed. But there are a lot more things that I cannot do. And also being in here with the door closed means no children. So I can stay super focused and get a lot of things done. And I can't wait for 2020. Like I have big plans and I've got to make it happen. So this side, while I'm talking about this, is for my daughter Alex, and she's 4.5. And she's my third youngest, oldest, wow. And basically what I'd like to do, and this was actually working so well before we went on vacation, was I printed out a list that kind of like this. And I said to her, like in the mornings, we started at the top. I didn't have times. Actually, maybe I did. I can't recall for sure. Now that I'm thinking about it. I think I might have had the times on my planner, but maybe I had the times on there too. But anyways, it's not so much about the time, but it kind of is. Like, I don't want to be like crazy, stupid, rigid with my scheduling. But at the same time, like if you don't time can really get away from you. And it takes like 1 second for that to happen. And I am not able to accomplish what I want to get done without having order. And my kids, just like a million other kids in the world, actually there's more than a million kids in the world, but you know what I'm saying. They want it and they need it. Their minds are built for structure. That's what we're going to do. We're going to laminate it and we're going to check it off using an Expo marker every day. That is where we are with this. I'm going to continue using it. There are a lot of pages, you guys, that are left in this book. But what I would like to do is I would like to use this bound notebook for the rest of December and kind of finish out the year. And then move into 2020. I don't think that I'm going to fill this up. Pretty sure that I won't. But I will keep it. And who knows, I may have an off month, or maybe there's just enough pages for a project outline or something like that later on down the road. Who knows? But anyway, so with this bound notebook comes a couple of other things. Because yes, I can use the next available page. I could do things like that. If I were using this notebook without the intention of moving out of it, okay, like if I was going to stay in a bound notebook like that, this exact notebook for the new year, but I still needed, I would still need other components. And let me just show you what that looks like, okay, because before I made my final 2020 decision, this is what I had set up, okay? Well, I'm gonna move some stuff around over here. Hold on. Okay. So what I did is I just got a spiral one subject notebook. This is from 5 Star, I believe. Yeah, and I put this vinyl decal on there. And then I just started, I don't want to show all of that very long, even though you can get around that, but you can't see the other side. Let's see if I can raise this up. There we go. Come on. Okay. So you could see here, it's just a spiral notebook, and I actually really like these. I got these at back to school time, and you can put like the page number and a title up here, and then there's actually it's a note card space here. Oh, it's kind of glary because it's that plasticky stuff, but you could put something right here. You guys see that a little bit now, but anyways, there is a table of contents page, and it's kind of a card stock. Oh no, there's a couple of them. They're stuck together. Kind of a cardstock weight to it. But anyways, and then I was just labeling the pages and writing out my notes. And so here's the other part of that beginning process for some different checklists and some things for my 24 plan as I was sitting here planning things out for that. So basically, I was also going to use this is for AT school, and it's just a lesson plan book. This was what I was going to do. So I have my 24 plan, I had my AT school, and then piece of that system was going to be this half binder that I have from Staples. And this is where I had deconstructed this Stalogy, A5 Stalogy, that I have painted and stickered and all kinds of stuff. And use this for notes and things like that from like videos or, kind of like books I was reading or podcasts I was listening to or just to have a space to just kind of put things, and then I could just process it later. So what I wanted to do was have the extra room to that's bigger, like these two things. Even this planner, well, yeah, it's a lot. It's bigger than an 8.5, a letter size. Not quite as wide as you can see there. But basically, I needed some more space to draw out things and to map things out, like this type of thing, to where I could kind of just, go all over the place and figure things out. So then I would take that information out of these extra components and put it into my planner for the day, for the week, whatever. Back here, I had just did a week at a glance. Just like if I knew something was coming up, like I knew the girls were going to the doctor on that day, and it was only Sunday. I think it was Sunday when I started, Saturday night maybe. So I knew that was happening on Thursday, but I didn't want to set up Thursday yet, right? I do like using the next available space in this, because as you can see here, I thought I was going to need all this room, and then, or I was going to go back and journal or kind of just make some notes about Monday to Thursday, and that never happened. And now it's Monday again, and I'd have to think really hard. So it just, it's just frustrating, but whatever. It's planning, and I'm trying to get back into it. When you fall out of something, I just want to be super intentional with my time. And so this is what I'm going to be doing. So now we're going to just tell you, which this next video that's going to go up is going to be my 2020 lineup, what I have available to show you at this point anyway. So I'm going to go ahead and do part of it, okay? So now that I've made I was trying to think of how to word it to where it made sense. Now that I've made my decision on my 2020 lineup, I'm using this a little bit differently. And so go and watch for that video. It'll come out in a couple of days after this one, I believe. And wait a minute, what was I doing Tuesday over here? Oh, here we are. It'll come out a couple of days after this one, and then you'll be able to see kind of how I'm going to make it through December in this, with what I'm using for 2020, so that I don't have to redo a bunch of things. The next video, that's going to be my 2020 lineup, basically part 1. I'll call it part 1, because not all of my pieces are here yet, so there'll be more to come on that. Anyways, that's all I have for my December planner setup. If you're not subscribed and you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing, and also hit the like button, and let me know in the comments below if you would like to see a video on how I am coding using icons and colors, and also if you would like to see a video on how I'm making those various checklists. And I will talk to you all in my next video. Bye!